Okay, so in this video I want us to put everything together that we have learned about dictionaries to solve a problem. So what is this problem? Well, what we want to do, we want to ask the user to input the names of fruit, okay? And then we want to give a summary of the fruits and how many times they were entered. Okay, now keep in mind that the user can enter as many fruit names as they wish. Okay, so we don't know when they're going to stop entering fruit. Alright, and we're going to assume that they're entering a fruit. Okay, so if I don't know how many times the user will enter fruit names, then it means I will have to use a while loop. Okay, now so I'll have to say while true. Okay, so this is an infinite loop. What do I want to do? I want to ask the user to enter a fruit name. Okay, let's assume that if the user types Q, then we will break out of the loop. Okay, great. So if, well, let's ask for the user input. So fruit is input, enter a fruit name or Q to quit. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to make sure that our input fruit is lowercase, so that we have a constant or a standard that we're looking for, which is all lowercase. So I will say lower fruit is fruit dot lower. Okay, so when we're testing, we don't need to test for uppercase or lowercase. We only test for lowercase. Of course, if you wanted, you could have made it uppercase and only test for uppercase. Once again, it is your choice. Okay, so let's determine if the user quit. Okay, so if lower fruit is Q, then we know we need to break. Alright, now what happens if the user does not enter Q? Well, then we need to use the fruit name and save it in the dictionary. Okay, so I'm going to create a dictionary. Okay, dictionary to hold fruit count pairs. Okay, so let's call this fruits. Okay, it's empty. Okay, so what do I want to do? Well, if we know they entered a fruit, then let's check to see if the fruit is already in the dictionary, and if it's not, then we should add it. Okay, so there are two ways of doing that. If you recall from the last video, we could use an if-else, or we could simply use the .get functionality. So I want to use the .get functionality. So what I want to do is to say fruits, okay, lower fruit is fruits that get, okay, and we want to get lower fruit, and if lower fruit is absent, then we want to return 0 and plus 1. Okay, so what we want to do now is out here, outside of the while loop, we want to print the actual fruits dictionary. Okay, so let's save this. Let's call this fruits.py. Okay, so let's see if this works. So if I type capital Q, then nothing is in the dictionary. If I type small q, once again, nothing is in the dictionary. Let's enter an actual fruit, orange, mango. Notice it keeps asking me a berry. Let's try cherry, and let's try apple. Okay, now none of these repeat, so let me add something that I have already added before. So orange, I'm gonna add orange again, and I'm gonna add a mango again. Okay, and so now I want to quit, so I'm gonna type Q, and notice I have orange occurs 3 times, mango occurs 2 times, berry 1, cherry 1, and apple 1. So once again, you can see the usefulness of a dictionary data structure. It allows you to have keys and values. Now keep in mind the keys, okay, can vary. Alright, so it doesn't necessarily always have to be a string. Okay, the values, of course, can be any data type. Alright, okay, so we leave it here, and I will see you in the next video where we start our test your learning sessions. I'll see you in a few.